Hello, how's it going? I'm Andy, and welcome back to my living room. This is episode 3 of Scratch Build Basics, and this episode we'll be talking about body. Okay. And I'll start with some simple examples made from lids and containers, and all very easy to get a hold of. You probably have them lying about your house, and then move on to some other examples that are involve a wee bit more construction. So yeah. Now, I obviously haven't included everything that you could build your bot with, but this list is a good place to start. And if there's anyone struggling to see potential in everyday items, this might help. So yeah, let's get into it. So I've got my lid collection here, and you can see they come in all different shapes and sizes. But the thing about it is they always fit together quite easily, which is handy, especially for building. And yeah, so keep all your lids, and I mean these are off everything. This I think it's a fabric softener lid and a spray can lid, and then there's another one here that's a fabric softener lid. That's pretty cool. And it's a water bottle lid and some other kind of lid off. I think it's bubble bath or something. But yeah, there's another weird one. And yeah, keep all your lids. But I'll pick a few examples here, sure, and I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, this is a lid off a tube of cream. And I think it's a spray bottle lid or something, maybe something from the kitchen, I'm not sure. But you can see I've got a wee set of legs here that I use. Once you put legs on it, you can start to see that'll work. That's a cool wee droid body. This is a water bottle cap and a bleach lid, and they fit together perfectly. No cutting, just glue it. Wee bit of print on top there, but that's fine, just sand it off. And you can see when we put the legs on, makes a good wee droid. So moving on, we've got I think this is a fabric softener lid, and you'd need to cap it off with something, probably just more plastic from a bottle, but you'll see once you put the legs on, perfectly good body. Or you could take another lid and add it on top, and these fit together perfect. And you see, that's perfectly good robot body, good to go. Another good material is containers, and something like this I would probably use a corner, just cut a corner off, or an interesting corner anyway, and then just finish off the form with the rest of the plastic, or something like this. Just take the top off and it's good to go. Some things you'll find are fairly obvious, but other things you might have to look for the shapes in the container or in the bottle and sort of cut it out, and then finish off the form yourself. But like I said, some shapes are just really obvious. You think, flip, stick some legs on that, it's perfect. I'll get my wee legs out here and show you some examples. It really does help visualize the silhouette of whatever you're trying to build. You'll find some containers have flaps or lids that you can use to feature in your builds. It's quite handy. Now, cylinders or tubes. You could use cardboard, as long as it's a good stiff kitchen stuff. It'll build spot on and it paints up great. This was a wee prototype I made just using electrical wire, bit of hot glue, but I prefer PVC pipe. It's much stronger, and you can cut it up into sections and use it for building with. It's great stuff. So yeah, like I said, cut it up into smaller tubes and then just cap those tubes off with plastic card, and you can see with the legs on. You're going to see these legs a lot. Yeah. Aye, balls. What more can I say? Yeah, there you go. Stick some legs on. You've got a bot, droid, whatever you want. On the bottles, well, for these ones mainly they're tops, but there is smaller bottles that with, I mean, very little modification, you could just cut a section out of, cap it off, and use for a build. But like this one here, just cut the top off, cap it off, and that's a great wee build for a bot. Get my legs on again, you can see what I mean. Love these legs. And this is one of my favourites. You take a spray bottle and take the shape off the top and cut it off, and it makes a great body or for something like this. So we take just take a corner and use that interesting shape, fill the rest of the form out with the rest of the bottle, and yeah, bottles, brilliant. Another one of my favourites is taking an egg and some balls, and oh wait a minute, this isn't open. Might as well do my first unboxing on the channel. What will it be? Maybe a transformer? Let's see. Okay, I've got a spinner from Inception. Okay, can't say I'm not disappointed, but yeah, doesn't seem to be the best quality. I was hoping for a transformer, but I suppose you get what you pay for, don't you? Yeah, anyway, let's see if I'm in a dream or not. Nah, I think I'm all good. Anyway, eggs and balls. So what I'll do is you take the balls and split them, and that means you can build a form out onto the egg, shoulders and round the bottom out a wee bit. I mean, this shape would make a good vehicle or bot, yeah, I know. So I'll stick my legs on here just so you can see it a bit better. Aye, but before I start gluing any of these things together, I'm gonna have to make sure they're well sanded. This plastic really doesn't want to stick to other plastics. It has like a shine on it. Some of them can be quite waxy, so you want to give it all a really good sand first and get it all nice and matte, and even the insides. And like this lid here, I'm doing the inside of it because I want it glued shut. Luckily enough, with these lids, I can go ahead and just glue them together. Sometimes you might find you'll have to maybe cut a wee bit out of the inside of a lid, or just mess with it a wee bit to make it fit. But you can see these slide together perfectly. I'll just fill the gap up here with a wee bit of baking powder, and then I'll use my cheap runny glue to run down in there. I just like doing it just to make sure it's sealed up. This is a 151. And it's at this point that I realise my glue tip's blocked, so I'm going to have to fix that. But luckily enough, the wee spoon that I use for my baking powder has a spike on the end of it, so I'll just use that. Yeah, this glue, it's cheap and it's extremely runny, but the tip dries up very quickly. So the main glue I'm using here is a miter bond. It's from Screwfix, and then the cheaper runny stuff, it's 151 from the pound shop. I find the runny stuff, it just tends to flow into all the gaps, and it flows into the baking powder. This larger lid has a pattern on it, so I just want to make sure the pattern is lined up properly with the flat sides of the other lid. But apart from that, same again, plenty of glue, loads of baking powder, fill those gaps, and I've left some baking powder in there, and I'm going to drip some runny glue in and roll it around just to make sure that larger gap's filled, and yep, works a treat. So there we go, 3 easy bodies just made from lids, no cutting, just add glue. I'll clean them up here with my brush and get that baking powder cleaned up. Can't have that. and then I'll get my wee legs out because I just love those wee legs. Just so you can see, those are perfectly good bodies, ready to go with arms or legs. Although those wee smaller ones, I think make great wee droids just with a set of legs on them. Yeah, lid bodies. And you can give me a shout in the comments if you want me to build these next. And this is one of my miter bond battles. Just get the top cut off. And now that's cut off. Basically all I need to do is just give it a good sand, make sure it's nice and flat, clean it up here with a knife, and then I'll just cap the top off with more plastic. This is just more plastic from the side of a drain cleaner bottle. It's a wee bit waxy, but again, just sand it and glue it, it's fine. Good stuff, nice and thick. I'll take a section of my PVC pipe and I'll just take some plastic card and cap it off on the top and bottom. Just clean up all the edges first, give it a good sand, make sure there's no fuzzy bits, and give the plastic card a wee sand too, just to give it a bit of a tooth. And yeah, just cap it off. Plenty of glue, plenty of baking powder. Again, I don't mind if the glue sort of squishes out on the edges, because the baking powder will make a really good weld line, and I can detail that later when I'm painting. Stick some on the inside here just to make sure it's a really good bond. You don't have to use a plastic card, you could cut some more plastic off the side of a bottle, that would be spot on. I'll just trim off the excess here with some scissors, but I'm going to leave a lip around the edge because I want it to look like a bit like a can. I'll just sand it off and that's it done. Another body ready to go. Balls! What more can I say? Done. Put some legs on it. Done. Now this is one of my favourites. So you take the top of a spray bottle. It's always really interesting shapes. Cut it off. Cut some excess plastic off the side. Like this has got a cool corrugated pattern on it. Give it all a good sand. And just cap it all together. And again, messier the glue the better on those edges, because this makes for a really good messy weld line on these, and these are brilliant mech bodies. Yeah, because this plastic's it's got a bit of a bend on it, I might have to manipulate it a wee bit to get it stuck, but plenty of glue, plenty of baking powder, and sure, if I need to go back and fill a few holes with glue and baking powder, that's fine. But anything to get it stuck, really. Got a wee bit of plastic card left here, so I'm going to use it on the bottom. It's good and sturdy. I'll get the baking powder on here and then just leave it to dry before I trim it. Now I'm going to trim this as close as possible without actually detaching it from the body, but if you're careful it should be fine. And then just clean up with the sandpaper. There's a couple of wee holes there need filled, but I can fill those no problem. Get the bottom trimmed and sanded, and that's it, good to go. Another good body. You can see those holes there, but they'll fill no problem, just a wee dab of glue and some baking powder. And oh, I love these bodies, they're great to make for such good mechs. And now the last one, the eggs and the balls. So I've got them all stuck here, and I'm just going to tidy up these edges. You could use it the way it is, it will be fine, but I'm going to tidy up these edges just with some milliput. If you haven't used it before, it's just a 2-part epoxy putty. You just cut 2 equal parts and mix them together until it's an even colour, and then yeah, you're good to go. I think you can work with it for about 15 or 20 minutes before it starts going off. So yep, I like to sort of flatten it out like this and then cut it up, and yeah, just roll it around until it's an even colour. Yeah, something like that. And then I'm just going to divide it up and roll it out into snakes. And fill all the gaps. Just smoosh it in there. And then when I get it all smooshed in, I'll get a wee bit of water and wet my fingers and just smooth it all out, just like clay. And yeah, it's good stuff to work with. There we go, that's that all smoothed out. I've got a wee bit left here, you don't want to waste that. So I'll just use it to put a wee bit of a form on the back. You could use it for anything really at all. But my hands are a bit slippy at the minute, so maybe go get those washed first. I've never had any problems using Milliput. It washes off my hands fine. But obviously if you're using it, you should really use gloves. Just take my last wee bit here and smoosh it out into some sort of shape. And I was thinking like sort of a spine or maybe a front. Either way, you just never know. Just stick it on there somewhere. It always works out. Just using plenty of water. Get it all nice and smooth. And there he is. Nice chunky body, ready for arms and legs. Kinda looks like a rocket ship too, it could make a cool vehicle. Oh, what did we end up with? Well, we've got our lids, could be droid bodies. If you want to make those in the next video, you can give me a shout in the comments. And then we've got our bigger lid. Then we've got our container or a glue bottle. If you want me to do that one next, you can let me know in the comments. Then we've got our pipe or tube, cylinder, whatever you want to call it. You can let me know. Want me to do that one next. Then we've got our ball. What more can I say? It's a ball. And then one of my favourites here, the bottle top. Really cool mech body. Corrugated roof there. And then last but not least, our egg and ball with the Milliput. Good chunky body. But sure, you can let me know which one you want me to do next. I don't mind, I probably will end up doing a video on all of them anyway. But back to me in the living room. So there you have it, bodies. If there's anything in particular you want me to build first, you can give me a shout and let me know. I'll probably do a build video on all of these now that I have them made anyway. But certainly if you have a favourite, you can let me know which one you want me to build first, and I'll do that. Nice one, you made it to the end. Thanks very much. If you're not already subscribed, shame. Why don't you do me a wee favour there and go down, hit that subscribe button. While you're there, hit the thumbs up a slap. And sure, leave us a wee comment. I'll always do my best to answer comments. No, I'll always answer comments. And sure, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.